Well, hello all my friends on the interwebs who love miniatures. I'm Dakian. It is the 26th of September, 2022. It's a Monday, and I'm here to ramble. And the first stuff I have to show you is some Reaper miniatures. Again, mostly bones. The exception is the golem here, the Onyx Golem, who is all metallic. A couple of different, mostly gray, some blue. I mean, I didn't paint him literally as onyx because that's a form of stone. But it's kind of bluish black, I believe. So that's why I added some blue tones to some of the metal. So it's metaphorically an onyx golem, not literally. We have some ladies here. We have the swordswoman with the chest of loot, possibly. Maybe she's a pirate. We have the lady with the dragon familiar. And we have probably a druid with a snake on her staff. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the last two. This one maybe turned out a bit dark, but I like the dresses and on the other two, the green and the yellow, orange, brown. I managed pretty well, I think. Then we have the last of the genies. This time the djinn. Not a cheap djinn. Just red skin. I made his loincloth blue because the hair was kind of bluish black, and to complement that there's some silver metallic with some blue tones in it, and as a contrast to the yellow on and orange on the fire there in his hand. Also as a contrast to the orange bronze on some of the armor. And finally, in this batch, we have the dragon wolf. I kind of like the veining on his wings. Came out okay. The scales and the fur themselves are nothing special. It's just really basic stuff. But he's knocking everything over. Oh well. That is that's what dragons do. They knock stuff down. Anyway, let's see what else I have. So yeah, still not done with these guys. If you've been following along, you might see that some more work has been done on Yog-Sothoth. There's some more on the tentacles. In all senses. Going slow, but this is because they're difficult to paint. I want to include some transitions, but it's really hard on a smooth surface and curved surface like a tentacle to get any sort of highlight and shade going. This guy is much easier. The thing about the Shipwreck Revenant is that I do have an idea of my head what it's going to look like when it's finished. I can imagine it. I'm finding it much more hard to visualize Yog-Sothoth here. He's I'm gonna have to go back over him several times probably to finish him up, but there's no real rush. These can be. You'll notice that one of the difficult things about this guy is that he's leaning forward on the base. The base is supposed to be like this, but it's rocking forward a little bit, and the base is not quite even. It's a little warped, and it became that way when I glued it on. when I added all the pieces to the base, turned out that the only way to make them fit was to kind of twist the base a little bit because it's semi-soft plastic, and this is why it looks a little wonky. Oh well. Anyway, work continues, piecemeal. We'll see what happens. Onward to newly prepped minis. We have some more Reaper bones here. We have sort of a cleric with a big two-handed mace. We have a sneaky alchemist. We have some sort of wizard with his familiar on his shoulder. we have the pizza dragon, we have the elk, and then there's a few things that are not Reaper bones that I didn't show you last week that I just sort of prepped on a whim. These are Migo from the Achtung Cthulhu line by Modifius. So these are metal minis, and they came in many parts. So each body is one part, each leg and arm and wing is a separate thing. So I had to glue on 3, 5, 10, 12 things to the body of this miniature, for example, and then pose it on the base. This was really finicky, getting the legs to be equally far from the base. Didn't work out in all cases. See, this one looks like it's rearing up because I messed up. So it's only standing as hind legs. This one has the opposite problem. The hind legs are in the air. But it was just really difficult to get that right. I'm not looking forward to, because I bought a unit of these as well. These came in a blister of just these 3. But then I for some reason, I picked up like a pack of 10 or 12 in one box. And they're all going to be like this. Jeez, I don't know when I'll get around to it. Also, posing in them was kind of difficult because the things they're holding in their hands. Okay, so this one, the goblet, okay, it kind of looks like he's drinking from it. That's fine. This, I don't know what it is. It's sort of like a grappling item holding a brain. He's holding it at a kind of weird angle, and this is because it was difficult to get this lower pincer arm in a position where it didn't block the upper arm. I could have maybe made it backwards or upwards, then it would have been in the way of the wing. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I could have done about that. But anyway, they are prepped and primed and ready to go. And as always, I'll try to get as many of these as I can finished by next week. Well, next week is October, or Spookytober, as we like to call it in these here parts. And usually in October, I try to theme my painting so it's horror themed, which means usually undead or ghosts or something with a Halloween theme to it. And I have here collected everything from Bones 5 that has sort of that theme and that I haven't already painted, plus this mini, which I got the other month from just normal order from Reaper. And so the idea is to choose a few of these. I think I need to paint, if October is 4 weeks, I need to paint 6 to 7 of these each week to finish them all by Halloween. I think that's doable. Haven't quite decided yet which ones to pick out first. I'll make that decision soon, but I'm pretty sure I'll take Mrs. Bones here as one of my first projects. And yeah, then just sort of keep trucking on from there. And yeah, that's a good cliffhanger to leave you on, I think. Thank you for sticking with me through this episode. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Comment on the video. And be back here in a week. Same day of the week, same channel, same Dakia. Who's now signing off.